There you go. This is me at the end of the week. It's Saturday night, about 11, almost 11:30 p.m. My little buddy Gordy Gord wants to go for a run. He used to go crazy, like, because it was like a really strict schedule. Like we were following, and I had had the alarm. Ding, 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 ding. It was playing, and then he was ready and he was excited and everything. Now it's like a year later, and he's older. He's more patient. He's less excited. I mean, he loves going outside. He loves going for a run. He likes seeing all his buddies, but he's more calm. It's been a very long week, and let's see. Is it working? Hello? Oh no, I better check if it's working. Wait. Okay, I gotta check the audio. Okay, it's good. It's working. Okay. So what are we gonna do today? Well, as you know from our from the last little bit, I've just been basically sharing with you my process for learning French and just kind of going through that experience of telling you what I'm doing to learn French. And then hopefully at some point, actually, I start doing it the right way. As you remember, the main focus of like my main thing I was always talking about is motivation. What is it going to take to get really motivated to learn French? And as you can see from, oh yeah, I took a break, didn't I? So I took a break from during yeah, I took a 2 month break for the winter holiday. And but during that time period, I continued to focus on French. So let's just share the my other screen. Okay. What's the best way to do this? It needs to be just a touch wider. Yeah. Good. And then I don't really need, I'm not going to be sharing audio. That's good. All right. So, as you know, I read the Book of Mormon with my tutor. She's actually Muslim, but it's really great. It's a really great experience. We've read like basically every day, almost every day for several months now. Les filles, mais sa gloire dans le clarté, les prophéties. So this is a funny word because in it's obviously it says the prophecies of Isaiah, but the pronunciation is wild. So even though there's a T there, they actually say prophéties. And that's why it's interesting learning French. It's one of the worst languages in the world for the difference between the spelling and the pronunciation. Now, I had a chat with my study buddy today, and we were kind of really focused on pronunciation buckets. I was helping her to understand that in French, you need to be able to understand the 14 main sounds. If you can use these 14 main sounds, you can pronounce like 90% of French without any problems. Now, recently I've noticed that A actually has two. There's a short form of A, which looks like this A, très bien, très, A. And then there's the long of A, J, J, A, J. It's both A, but one's short, one's long. And then, like, this is crazy, right? Because k. So UE is actually like, no, qu'est-ce que c'est? Remember, qu'est-ce que c'est? So this UE is qu'est-ce que c'est? Also, this is a eh. And then le français, this is even though it's a EUX. I think that's crazy. This is we. So the UI sound is we, and then the OI, wa, toi, moi. And I put a Chinese character in here because this is the U sound, lu in Chinese. U, o, no, u, mu, mu. So this is mu, u. And then this is O, and this is also O. So these are this is crazy. Like it's EOU is O. And, okay. So it's actually the AO. I should put that in bold. And AO is, and then this EU is uh. And then look, like a teenager, bien, These are all different sounds. And then like I started to try to like, for example, the word question, que, is a four, que, question, 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 question. And then I showed her this, like how when I first started learning, because you could see this is être, exercise sheet 1A. Like I charted every single word with the pronunciation buckets because that's the first step, is like making sure that you have the ability to do that. Now, I also showed her this pronunciation chart from Chinese. And this is where I got the idea from. This is the whole reason why I did the pronunciation buckets, was because when I went to China and learned how to speak Chinese, uh, I found this. Like this is the complete Chinese pronunciation guide. It gives you, this is every single possible sound you could make in the Chinese language. So this is just the way that I think, is because this is how I learned my first language. So therefore, I created the pronunciation buckets based on that concept. And wow, because I've been using this, like I've been learning this learning this French from a Chinese teacher, and it's way, way better. Like this is a great course. If you speak Chinese, then this is the best course you can take. If you don't speak Chinese, it's going to be difficult for you to learn French because she's explaining everything in Chinese. But I'll explain it in English. So, fun thing. All right, let's see. We are in lesson 6, and it says what? It says alors, ils sont grands, petits. So, this is a police officer, and he's like, she saw some witness or somebody. So, we got two guys here. This is a book. So, this is on the other page. All right. So, what happens in this? It says alors. Okay. So, they are tall or short? Ils sont grands, petits. And then she says, il y a un homme. Il y a un homme. Okay, so there was a man, tall and blonde. Okay, there's no E. So the adjective in French uh, has to match the gender of the noun. So it says un homme. So we know it's masculine because it says un. Which is could be confusing because sometimes nouns that end in e are feminine, but this tells us it's masculine. Un homme grand et blond. Oui, c'est ça. Il est blond. Yes. So she's like, yeah, oui, c'est ça. It's like, yeah, yeah. It was like, yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He is blonde. So in English, we actually say he was blonde. Because in this case, we know that she's not looking at him. So it's a little bit confusing because if she was looking directly at him, she wouldn't say he is blonde. She would say it is him. He's the guy. Right? So there's some artist rendition here. It doesn't quite make sense. English, we would say he was blonde because we're talking about in the situation at that time. So you could say, okay, what did the man look like? Okay, it was a man. He So in English, you don't say he is tall and blonde. Yeah, he is tall. And the other man, he is short and brown. We would say he was blonde, and the other man was short and had brown hair. Il est blond. L'autre, the other, homme, l'autre homme, il est petit, petit, petit. So this is like this one, right? So we have petit, and it's a five and a three. Le français, le, and then a three. I, petit, petit. Il est petit et brun, brun, un, brun. D'accord. S. Is it that they had glasses? So I'm starting to feel like I always say it exactly as it says in French, and then at some point my brain will understand what it means and how many different meanings it actually has. My mind is starting to lean towards the word do and did. So in this case, it's like, is it that they had glasses? Now in English we would say did they? Did. So qu'est-ce qu'ils is did they? Qu'est-ce qu'ils ont des lunettes? Did they have glasses? Non, non, ils n'ont pas des lunettes. No, they did not have. Ils n'ont pas. So they just say they not have. 他们没有. So in Chinese, 他们没有眼睛. It's the same amount of words in Chinese. In English, they didn't. We have this other thing called didn't. Did not. So what is the word? It isn't that. So in English, we say it isn't that they had glasses, and then we shorten it isn't into a did. They didn't. So it's a be verb. We add a be verb. They didn't have. So in our past tense, we have a be verb and a have. Et leurs vêtements and their clothing. L'homme blond porte. So the blonde guy was wearing un t-shirt. I don't know how to pronounce this. T-shirt blanc, a white t-shirt, et un pantalon noir. Non bleu, un pantalon bleu. Pantalon bleu, c'est un jean. L'homme brun, lui, il est en blouson. Okay, quelque. All right, now this is interesting here. De quelle couleur? De quelle couleur? Where is it? Here. De quelle couleur? So de it means of. Of which color? De quelle couleur? Quelle couleur? So couleur is feminine. De quelle couleur? La couleur de son blouson. So this son, ça, c'est, ça. I think it means his. The color of his shirt. Son blouson noir, non, n'est-ce pas noir? Rouge, oui, rouge. And the other one, autre chose, the other thing, the other chose. What chose? Thing? The other thing? Oui, sa chemise est vert. So it's again his. Son is masculine. Son blouson, his shirt. Sa chemise. His, what's chemise? Chemise? Yeah, so this is my weakness is vocabulary. I'm not really focusing on 男士 Chanshan. It also means shirt. Ah, blouson, maybe it means coat or jacket or something. I think maybe blouson means jacket. Yeah, because, okay, wait, his jacket's red. His chemise is green. Okay, he's got a green shirt. Et ses chaussures. So he's got these, he's got these white shoes. Yeah, it is. What is ce? So this is my question: is what is ce? Ah, ce sont des baskets. And his shoes? Ah, ce sont des baskets. It's sont. Sont is are. They are. They are. Okay, so in this case it says his shoes, and then she says they are tennis shoes. So we got a his, and a they. Yeah, so it was pretty awesome, like listening to this thing today. It was really cool. Uh, like feeling like, oh, I understand what she's saying. It's like really great. Now they talked about this pronom tonique. I did this in the past before. I looked at this, so it's pretty interesting to finally put two and two together and understand. It's pretty simple. It's like moi, je suis parisien. So it's the same in English. In Chinese, you can see 我是 balien. So the 我 and 我. So they don't have it in Chinese. And here, 他们, it's the same. 他们. But in French and in English, they're different. So it's me, I am Parisian. Them, they are stupid. They are stupid. You see? And then here's another one. So, okay, qui est? Who is it? Qui is who is it? Who is it? 谁呀?是我? Say moi. It is me. So it's easy for English because we have the same concept. Moi is me. Qui a pris mes clés? 谁拿了我的钥匙? 是他. Who took my keys? It is her. It was her. So it looks like there's some small differences how they use their tenses. Did they? Now here, ce sont, it, 是他们赢了吗? Is it? It is she's, it is they, meaning female they. Is it they who have won? No, it is them. Okay, so here, ce sont elles. Is it they who have won? No, it is them. So this is the masculine form of il, il avec s. Yeah, so that was really interesting today, this whole like learning process. And I did not. Oh, so this is the thing. What I decided to do was just copy. Like, there's no reason for me to redo this whole thing. So the easiest way to do it is I could just show you my study buddy's answers. So I corrected my study buddy. I added one word here, pull. I think she did a great job here. Des lunettes. So you can see un vêtement is clothing. Une robe is like a dress. Des lunettes, un pantalon. So it's like pants, dress, clothing, and the glasses are kind of like the odd one out. Also, it's plural. The other ones are singular. We got une couleur, color, noir, vert. Those are all colors. Talking about colors. And petit. We got grand, blanc, brun. We got adjectives and jean, Jean. I don't know. Jeans or Johns or jeans. I don't know. What's the best way to do it? We can go into this one. Billie Jean is not my. Okay, we got Jean. Anything. Anything. It doesn't work. Still not working. Jean. Maybe it'll work now. Jean-Luc Godard. Jean-Pierre Sartre. Jean-Michel Jarre. Where are we? Here. What's a manteau? Manteau in Chinese is bread. Manteau. It sounds like kind of like a hat. Manteau. Manteau. Coat. Okay. All right, so that's interesting. Manteau. A mantle. I heard the word mantle before. It's also a coat. Une chemise is a shirt. Une pull. Portrait. So that's the different one. Is a portrait actually like the same word in English? Portrait. Portrait. Yeah. Grand, blanc, brun, jaune. Okay. Now this one's interesting. So, like, because I read it and I knew like basically every word. Elle est grande. We have the E, brune, because it's feminine. Elle a un pantalon noir et un t-shirt. Elle ne porte pas des lunettes. Il porte une chemise blanche et un jean. Il est blond. Il n'a pas de chaussures. Elle est petite, brune et elle porte des lunettes. Elle a un pantalon noir et blanc. Il est grand, brun, il porte un pantalon blanc et des lunettes. Il porte un pantalon noir, une chemise blanche et un sac. Et elle est blonde. Il ne porte pas des lunettes, il est grand, brun, il a une chemise blanche et un jean. And then down here, she got some questions. The first one, she just forgot to add the S on the adjective, which is wild, for an English person because we don't have this concept. We don't change our adjectives. In fact, I'm really curious about this one. The blue jeans, tu es des jeans blue. So what you have, des, what's des? J'ai un. I have a. So it's probably like some. I have some blue jeans. How about several? Yeah, there you go. Jeans bleu. J'ai des blousons noirs. Tu es des gens bleus. Il est de, il a, he has des chemises jaunes. Elle a des robes vertes. Il a des t-shirts blancs. So she did good. She did a good job. I think I did a good job. Go Blaine Blaine, you're doing great. I finished this. We're going to go to the next video for tomorrow. We're into unit 2. Shopping. All right, so basically we got through all this. They did another practice with the singular and plural. It probably would be better if I would review this. Singular, un cheval gris. So this is a hare, a gray hare. Un homme heureux, a happy man. And then here, des chevaux gris. So the gris doesn't change. Gris it ends with an S, so it remains ending with the S. But the AL changes to an AOU. Is changing with adding an S, and then the EUX is not going to change. EAU turns into a AUX, and then AL turns into a AUX. So you have to memorize that. That's pretty intense. Mon professeur, ma fille, mon ami, mes professeurs, mes filles. Masculine, feminine. Mon, ton, son, notre, votre, leur. Ah, interesting. So that's where that comes from. It's plural for notre. And this is plural for votre. Yeah, because this is really tough, this stuff. When you start to get into these. I mean, the first glance, I'm sure we'll get it in a couple months. It'll be simple. But right now, it's like, what is that? My professor, his neighbor. So what's the difference? What's son? Need. Okay, your neighbor and his or her. Our, your, their. My professor, your neighbor, his or her friend. My fee, my daughter, my friend, your neighbor, your friend, your daughter, his or her daughter, his or her friend. And then plural. Well, that was a quick review. Probably could have done better with that. All right, so I'm going to take a picture of that. I think that one's important to focus on. And I think this one's important to focus on. And then if we go back, where's this one? Yeah, I think that's good. Right. Well, thanks you for joining me with this exciting edition of the challenge. And wow, this is great news. You know, we're starting to make some progress. Pretty soon, I'm going to be speaking for him. Happy weekend.